All right, so today was a lower body day for me. I wound up doing this lift with a friend from high school. His name's Xander. Um, this is me warming up with the deadlift. I did sumo, I did it with a mixed grip, and I used a belt. And this might not actually be a deadlift specific bar, it's just a generic rogue bar, but nevertheless, I still worked up to a top set of 525, and I failed. You'll see it in a few moments. I failed a top set of 545, which is my previous days or my previous max. Um, I only got 4 hours of sleep. Wound up serving the night before, and then I wound up doing a 8-hour hospital shift through the night as a CNA. So running on a lot of caffeine here and not a lot of food. But with that being said, that was just my top lift you just saw, where I narrowly missed my toes when I let the weight down. And then this is 545, and there it is right there. That's where I got stuck. Couldn't couldn't um couldn't lock. So I got a weakness, and it's gonna be my glutes. So that's something I'm gonna have to work on. But it's good to know that my grip's not the limiting factor for my deadlift right now. After that, I wound up doing these. Just some. I'm forgetting what the machine's called. That's how seldom I use it. But I wound up a leg press. I wound up doing this leg press here, um, primarily on the recommendation of my friend. You'll see back there with those quads. Uh, we wound up doing these. I did a couple warm-up sets, which I didn't quite film. But after that, you'll see here I was doing. Um, I was doing some working sets for about 5 to 6 reps, with about 500 pounds loaded up, maybe a little bit more on the leg press. Overall, it felt all right. I got to really push whenever I got deep in there, but it didn't cause me too much pain or anything in my knee. However, you'll see later, actually, I wound up getting stuck with some of the weight, primarily because I tried to go deep. I took my pants off in this one, went down to my shorts, um, and you'll wind up seeing me get stuck here in just a second. How to get help unloading the weight. I think we've all been there before, and this is it. Yeah, it just went a little too deep, and then I was like stuck in the hole. But yeah, I wound up finishing that set afterwards. I just took a plate off of each side. Went back to what I think is 540 without calculating the weight of the leg press. But overall, felt pretty good, especially for like a main quad exercise. I tend to lift I tend to pick exercises that bias my posterior chain, my hamstrings, my glutes. Um, I don't tend to immediately go after a max effort lift straight into a quad dominant exercise, but it was nice. It was nice to try something new. So, and after we did that, we wound up hitting our hamstrings here, um, doing what I call pretty much a single joint movement here, just curling, just doing some curls. I wound up doing 2 sets of these, and then afterwards we did 2 sets of leg extensions as well. But you'll see I threw in a clip here in between my first and second set. Um, it's actually me asking Xander to grab the camera and get this on film. He asked me if I could do a muscle up, and I told him I haven't tried for probably a year or so. And then I just shot straight up. My first one was definitely my cleanest. So I was just up at the top, asked him to grab it, and then I wound up going down, and it took me a second to try it again, but I got it. I got it. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, so that, I mean, it just shows, I guess, my explosivity is going up, my body weight being at about 180, probably helped as well. And then my back's definitely getting stronger. So all the things are coming together the way they should. I guess I'll go ahead and highlight this real quick. I only got a few seconds here. I felt pretty good. Of course, it was hard and there was some strain on my knees, but I did this with, I think, 250 pounds. So yeah, overall, great exercise. Wound up posing afterwards. Did some dumbbell, no, not dumbbell jumps. What did I do? I did some box jumps. Threw in some hip adductor exercises or abductor, whichever the one is where you like. Um, I think. Well, I don't recall if I went in or out. I guess I'd have to look at my notes, but regardless, it was a pretty good lift. Felt pretty good here. Wound up doing an extra rep on this one. I was just going for 5, and yeah, I got it. So I wound up going a little harder. But until next time, thank you.